I'm teaching empathic communication now in the course. Why don't you come in for a while? He thought he got the concept within a week. Went to the boy. I would like to talk to you. There is nothing to talk about. The boy stood up and walked out. He said, I about tackled him at the door. He had only known I'd taken a course to prepare for that one visit. I said, of course, he's only testing your sincerity, and what did he find out? You don't really want to understand him. You want him to shape up. He should, that whippersnapper. He knows full well what he's doing. I said, look inside. You've got to do a lot more interior work. He stayed with the course. He did the work. Came to me and he said, I'm prepared. I said, he's going to test your sincerity in every way. He can't be vulnerable to you, have his expectations aroused, and then blasted again. Sat down with his boy. I'd really like to talk. I know you think there's nothing to talk about, but it's because perhaps I haven't listened. He said, you have never listened to me. And he stood up and started walking out. And before he got out the door, the father said, I'll tell you one thing. I'm sure sorry about the way I embarrassed you in front of your friends the other day. The boy whipped around. Do you have any idea how embarrassing that was? And he teared up. And my friend said to me, all the teaching you had done did not touch me like that tear. I realized this boy cares. This boy is sincere. He's vulnerable. I didn't even know he cared at all. He said, Stephen, never did I want to understand that boy as I did then. And he said, we sat and talked, and I genuinely tried to understand. The mother came in and said, time for bed, past midnight. And he said, Mom, we want to talk, don't we, Dad? They talked till very late. The father told me in the halls of my building the next day with tears in his eyes, I found my son again. Be patient. It won't happen overnight. You may need to apologize. You may need to forgive and forget. You may need to make all kinds of different deposits over time, and even won't see any evidence for a while. You plant the Chinese bamboo tree, and for 4 years you see nothing. Nothing. All the growth goes under the ground, and you're working diligently to optimize the growing conditions. You see nothing. 4 years. Eventually a little bulb and a little shoot, and that's it. 4 years. On the 5th year, the Chinese bamboo tree grows 80 feet. All the growth goes this way. So to cultivate that relationship, to think win-win, to empathically listen. Same thing would pertain to a relationship, say, with your business partner, a key associate, a key employee. If there is a sense of enmity there, that enmity will spread out and affect other things. And it will take more nobility of character to do whatever is necessary to rebuild that one. And you know what the interesting thing is? If you rebuild the one, it affects the many. Key to the 99 is the one, because every one of the 99 is a one. The key to the many is the one. Why? Because what you have to do to develop and educate and discipline your character affects everything that you do in your life. So it has exponential leveraging capacity as well in relationships to nurture your emotional wellspring. So important. Let me share with you a few thoughts and challenges to encourage you in the process of developing these habits. One of the most important things you can do is to share these ideas with others, with your family, with your friends and associates. Don't just retell what you've learned, but talk about the insights you've acquired and the ideas that you want to implement. Because that's where the real learning takes place. It is in the teaching and in the sharing. Get with a coach or someone who is also working on these habits. Set a specific time to get together and keep that date. Share insights into what has worked for you and what has not. Discover together how you can overcome the challenges you face in developing all of these habits. Set goals to improve in specific areas. Focus on a single habit. Look over your materials. Read and reflect on how you can improve in this habit. Revisit the commitments you've made to yourself throughout the course.